Speeding up your WordPress website is very essential for great SEO, and WP Rocket is a great plugin to speed up your WordPress website. And today I'll be running you through how you can set up the WP Rocket WordPress plugin for increased website speed. Let's get started. Prior to installing the plugin, I'll first test my site with Pingdom, GTmetrix and PageSpeed Insights. Right now this website has no performance plugins installed and it's completely unoptimized. So first, let's run our tests through Pingdom, GTmetrix and PageSpeed Insights and let's see what our current situation is. So now, according to Pingdom, our website has a speed score of 64 and a D grade with a 1.5 MB page size, 5.49 seconds of load time and 103 requests. Now, let's run our test through GTmetrix. GTmetrix has given a grade of B with a performance score of 86% and a structure score of 93%. And here are our core web vitals. Now, according to GTmetrix, our site fully loaded in 4.9 seconds and it had total 97 requests and 1.24 MB was our total page size. Now, let us run our website through PageSpeed Insights. And according to PageSpeed Insights, our speed score on mobile is 23 and on desktop it's 84. So now let's install the WP Rocket plugin. And the great thing about WP Rocket is that the company claims that just after installing and activating the plugin, your website will automatically get much faster. So now to install the WP Rocket plugin, head over to plugins and add new. WP Rocket is a paid plugin. It costs $50 per year, so it's not available in the WordPress plugin directory. So to install it on our WordPress website, we'll have to manually upload the plugin. So click on upload plugin over here and then choose the WP Rocket zip file which you would have got after you have paid for the plugin. Now that the plugin is installed, click on Activate Plugin. WP Rocket now has set up on our site. Let's check if it is active. And yeah, WP Rocket has already been activated and is now working on our site. So now, let's check our performance scores again. So now I am again on Pingdom and now let's again test our website. So last time we had tested it from Washington DC. And we'll again do it from Washington DC now. So let's start the test. Now we can see over here that our site's score has improved greatly. Our performance score has gone from a 64 to 65, which isn't much. Our page size has gone from 1.5 MB to 1.2 MB. So that's a 300 KB reduce. Our load time has gone from 5.49 seconds to directly 911 milliseconds. That's a huge difference. And our requests have gone from 103 to 82. So that's great too. So now let's test our website with GTmetrix. And GTmetrix has given us grade of A, which is better than the B, a performance score of 97% from 86%, and a structure score of 96 from 93. Our LCP has become 0.9 seconds from 1.5 seconds. That's a huge difference. And our TBT has gone from 133 milliseconds to 44 milliseconds. That is great. And now our fully load time has become 7.3 seconds from 4.9 seconds. Something which I wasn't expecting. And our total page requests are now 78 versus the 97 previously, and our page size has gone from 1.24 MB to 0.9 MB. So our last test is now on PageSpeed Insights. Now comparing our page speed report, we can see that our score has gone from a 23 to a 50 and our desktop score has gone from 84 to 91. This is a huge difference which WP Rocket has made on our site just after installation. Right now I haven't configured any options, just installed the plugin and the performance boost is insane. Now let's configure some of the settings and take the score even up. Now to access the WP Rocket settings, head over to settings and then to WP Rocket on your WordPress dashboard. Now once you have installed WP Rocket, head over to the cache option in the sidebar. Now over here, enable caching for mobile devices so that people browsing on mobile devices will also get cached pages of your website. What caching basically does is that it serves older copies of your website to visitors so that they load faster. Moving on to the next setting, you don't need to enable this until and unless you have a membership website. This means that the caching will also be enabled for logged in WordPress users. Unless you have a membership website, you don't need to enable this option. Cache lifespan is the time after which the cached pages will be deleted and newer copies will be served. For more websites, 10 hours would be more than enough. But if you are a website which updates very frequently, then you can reduce it to something like 3 or even 2 hours. For most websites, I would recommend keeping it to 10 hours. Now once you have changed settings, click on Save Changes. Now let's head over to the file optimization section. So now let's minify our CSS files. What this basically does is that reduces the file size of CSS generated, thus helping in faster load times. Now enabling this setting can break some things on your website. So let's test with this setting. Activate this minify CSS and over here also select optimize CSS delivery. This will help you to eliminate render blocking CSS on your website. In the JavaScript section, enable minify JavaScript files. This could also break things, so we'll experiment with both of them. And now we'll also enable the load JavaScript deferred option. This will also help in eliminating render blocking JS on your website. By the way, if you want a full tutorial on how you can eliminate render blocking resources, just click over here. Now that we have changed settings, let's click on Save Changes. Now WP Rocket had warned us that our website could break after enabling minify CSS and JS. So let's first check our website. And as far as I can see, nothing has really broken on my website. If I just head over to the blog page for confirming, then everything is fine currently on my website. All the things are loading just as they should be. And once let us clear cache and look at our website again. The images are loading fine. The animation is all fine. So yeah, nothing has really broken on my website. So I'll enable the minify CSS and JS setting. But if images start disappearing on your website or you see some issues, then you can safely disable both of these settings. Now let's head over to media. Now we have some lazy load options over here. What basically lazy load does is that it doesn't load images and videos until a user scrolls till that part. This helps in faster page load times as images and videos make a large part of HTTP requests and take very long to get loaded. Now my theme has built-in lazy loading, so I won't enable it right now. And here you can also add missing image dimensions to improve the CLS score on your Core Web Vitals. The third option is embeds. This basically just prevents other website owners from embedding your content in their website. So for example, in your posts, if you enter the URL of some external post, then WordPress automatically embeds that. If you do not want that to happen, then you can select this option. Although I would strongly recommend again this. In the WebP compatibility, you can enable this if you are using WebP images on your website. If you aren't, then you can safely ignore this. So once you have selected your options, just click on Save Changes. Although I would only recommend using lazy load and leave these three just like they are. Now click on Save. Now let's head over to our next section, which is preloading. In the preloading section, I would not mess with any settings. The only thing which you must do is preload your fonts. If you see the error preload key requests in Google PageSpeed Insights, then just copy and paste the URLs over here and it will help improve that aspect of performance. Right now my website is free of that error, so I won't need to do this. Now I wouldn't also recommend using this advanced rules section as it is more for power users and developers. This page is not made for non-code users like us. Next, let us move on to our database, and here you can clean up all the spam comments, post revisions and drafts in your database. Now this does help in performance optimizations, but be very careful while doing them, otherwise you could lose some important files. Now in the CDN column, you can integrate your CDN or Content Delivery Network with WP Rocket. If you don't know what a CDN is, then what it basically does is that it serves your website content to visitors from where they are visiting. Let me explain with an example. If your hosting server is in the US and a person from India visits your website, it will take very long for it to load. So what CDNs do is that it will serve your website content instead of from the US server, it will serve it from some location near India. Like it will either serve it from Africa or it will serve it directly from some Indian city. So CDN is basically just another server added between your visitor and your main server so that your website loads faster. Now you need to leave this page if you use Cloudflare or Sucuri as your CDN. Those are available as add-ons with WP Rocket. If you use any other CDN, then you can integrate it with WP Rocket over here. Now on the next Heartbeat page, I wouldn't recommend messing with any settings. Heartbeat is an API which helps WordPress and your hosting server to communicate between each other. So this is a very important API and I won't recommend doing anything over here. Just leave it like that. In the add-ons, you can add some more features to WP Rocket like browser caching for Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, and for Varnish servers there is an Varnish add-on. Also, if you use Cloudflare as your CDN, then you can add it over here. The next image optimization page is a promotion of their plugin Imagify, which helps you optimize images on your WordPress website. You can install it or not depending on your need. And then on the last page, there are some tools to export and import settings. For example, if you are testing these settings on your development website and now you are ready to take them to your main site, then you can export all of these settings and in your main website import these. So you won't have to mess with all those settings again and they would be exported and imported just as they were. The last page is tutorials from WP Rocket, which you can watch for better understanding of the plugin. Now that we have fully configured the plugin, let's check on our website for any broken content or some other issues. So on my website, nothing is broken. So all the settings were fine. Now let's test my website again through Pingdom, GTmetrix and PageSpeed Insights. So let's start with PageSpeed Insights now. So now PageSpeed Insights has given its report and according to that, our website score has increased from 50 to 68 on mobile and from 91 to 93 on desktop. These scores are great and I am pretty happy with them. Now let's move on to GTmetrix and retest our website. Now GTmetrix has again given a score of A, 95% performance and 96% structure. This is pretty similar to what was there before. Our LCP, TBT and CLS is all great. and our fully load time has gone from 7 seconds to just 4.5 seconds. Although the major factor is the onload time. If we look at the page size and page requests factor, we can see that they are the same. In the website speed test from Pingdom, and according to Pingdom, our score has increased slightly from 64 to 66. The load time is 2.25 seconds, the page size is 1.4 MB, and the requests are 83. So that was how you could set up the WP Rocket plugin for increased performance of your website. If you like this tutorial, then don't forget to subscribe for more WordPress, SEO and blogging videos. Also click the like button if this tutorial was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.